Two of the most demanded remakes of all time are Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VII, and at long last, we've gotten Final Fantasy VII Remake, or at least 2/3 of it. But one of the most demanded RPG remakes is still yet beyond our grasp. This is something that fans have been asking for a long time, basically since the introduction of 3D graphics. And at long last, Square Enix might be willing to do something with Chrono Trigger. It may not be a remake, it may be something else, but it seems like some very big plans for Chrono are happening, and it couldn't be more exciting. And today I have an update for you with everything going on with the series. But first, you guys need to stop overpaying for video games. You can pre-order your Steam code for The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered on PC for only $43 thanks to our sponsor Instant Gaming, a code reseller that sells you games for much cheaper than you'd pay on regular storefronts. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is also still available for only $41 through Instant Gaming. And the best part is, every month they allow us to give away a free game. All you have to do is click the link in the description or the pinned comment below, hit this participate button, and you are entered to win. And you can enter, guys, every single month. So every single month, you have a chance to win a free game. It is an incredible deal. So be sure to check out Instant Gaming with a link in the description or pinned comment. So Square Enix made a post both on their English Twitter and on their Japanese one. Now on their English Twitter, it was just fairly straightforward, right? They said, celebrating 30 years of Chrono Trigger today, this timeless masterpiece was a dream project by Dragon Quest's Yuji Horii, Dragon Ball's Akira Toriyama, and Final Fantasy's Hironobu Sakaguchi. Who were your favorite companions, and which time periods did you enjoy exploring? Nothing too special about this. They celebrate the birthday for every single game. However, when we go and look at the Japanese post for this, it says a lot more. Here's what the translation has to say. Today marks the 30th anniversary of the release of Chrono Trigger in 1995. This timeless masterpiece that transcends generations is still talked about today. Was born from a dream project by Yuji Horii of Dragon Quest, Akira Toriyama of Dragon Ball, and Hironobu Sakaguchi, the creator of Final Fantasy. But it's really this second paragraph here where they say something interesting about what's going to be happening in the future. As we mark the 30th anniversary, we'll be launching various projects that go beyond the world of the game over the next year to express our gratitude to everyone who has played Chrono Trigger so far. The latest information will be posted on Square Enix official X and Chrono Trigger PR, so please look forward to it. Now, if you go over to Chrono Trigger PR, it's actually very interesting because this account has not been used in years. The last time this account had made a post before any of the recent Chrono Trigger stuff for the 30th anniversary was in March of 2022. So essentially, Square Enix is reviving the Chrono Trigger page. And if we scroll down even further, the last post was from 2019, again, not heavily used, then it skips all the way to 2018. So this page isn't really something that they use frequently, and now they're encouraging people to go and follow it, and that they have Chrono Trigger announcements and projects that are coming to prepare for the 30th anniversary. So it seems like one of the first 30th anniversary projects that they have planned is a Chrono Trigger music special live stream. And this is going to be happening on March 14th, where they're going to be streaming different pieces of music from the game. And interestingly enough, to celebrate the release of the game, they've put the iOS and Android versions of the game on sale in Japan, and they've also put the Steam version of the game on sale as well. And according to my good friend Genki here, this has made Chrono Trigger rise to the 4th place on the top paid games app section for the App Store in Japan, with Genki noting, "I still can't believe this game is not playable on modern consoles." And man, Genki, I really agree because, you know, we recently had the pixel remasters for Final Fantasy 1 through 6, and those are really incredible. They brought the classic 2D Final Fantasy games to modern hardware, and they gave us a much better version of those games for mobile and PC than what we originally had. And so I'm very thankful for the pixel remasters. It's actually how I ended up playing Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3 for the first time, because I had basically never touched the NES Final Fantasies until the pixel remasters. And I'm glad I did, because I actually ended up having a good experience with Final Fantasy II, which is something that not a lot of people can particularly say. But let's also be honest here, I don't think most people are wanting a pixel remaster of Chrono Trigger. I think they want something beyond that. While I think some people would love to see Chrono Trigger basically remade in the fidelity that was associated with like Dragon Quest XI and how incredible that would be, I don't really see that happening so much as I see an HD 2D version of Chrono Trigger happening, especially considering considering the success of Dragon Quest III HD 2D, a game that was one of Square's most successful releases over the past few years. The sales for Dragon Quest III HD 2D were also, according to Square, better than initially assumed, with the sales topping over 2 million worldwide. I think this makes a pretty strong case for what would happen if we were to put Chrono Trigger into the HD 2D style, and if we were to bring it to Switch, PS5, Switch 2, PC, just how well this game would perform. There is still a lot of love for Chrono Trigger, and it's good to see that Square is acknowledging it. As they said, these projects will extend outside of the game world, so I'm sure that we're going to be seeing more concerts and all kinds of other things. However, just the fact that they are hyping up a 30th anniversary for Chrono Trigger, saying that they have projects on the way, it does make me feel like maybe something could happen. Now, if I had to take a guess on when something like this could be announced, I don't know this for sure. However, this seems like a very fitting place. There is going to, of course, be a very big Switch 2 Direct happening on April 2nd. This is something that everyone in the world is going to be watching, especially the Japanese audience. Chrono Trigger HD 2D. This, of course, was a big game for Nintendo. Them hyping up this 30th anniversary right now. It just seems really fitting to me if they were to announce, hey, we're going to be doing Chrono Trigger HD 2D or something alike at the Switch 2 conference, because that is a way to drive people into absolute hype madness. Don't quote me on it, I don't know it for sure, but I think that would be the perfect way to announce Chrono Trigger, and we will probably get there and nothing will happen. But idealistically, that's how things would play out. Now, even Hironobu Sakaguchi has tweeted about the game, congratulating it for a 30th anniversary, and with him and his friends in Final Fantasy XIV essentially recreating the Japanese box art for Chrono Trigger, with each one of them cosplaying one of the characters. It's clear to me that Hironobu Sakaguchi still has a ton of love for all of his creations, and he tweets about them all the time. Him and Square have a really good relationship nowadays. Square Enix, in fact, published Fantasian Neo Dimension, which marked the first time that him and Square have worked together in like 2.5 decades or so. So it kind of makes you wonder if he would be involved if there was going to be a new hypothetical Chrono Trigger remake. Yuji Horii also still works for the company, of course. With Akira Toriyama's passing, it may impact how they handle Chrono Trigger in general in terms of anything new, especially with regards to the visuals. I imagine that if Akira was still here, we'd be getting some type of 30th anniversary artwork, but unfortunately, that is not the case. So with all this being said, are you hoping that this is going to lead to a Chrono Trigger remake, a brand new Chrono game, something playable, something that Chrono fans have been desperately wanting over the years? Or do you think that Square Enix is just pulling our chain? Subscribe, hit the bell icon, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to check out Instant Gaming, and I'll see you all in the next video. Later, guys.